Hello, hello, and welcome back to the Alaric channel for the Alaric channel's weekly news update for the week of September 1st through September 7th. Before we get into things, I'd like to, as always, give a shout out to my wonderful, to my wonderful, Ko-fi supporters, yay! So, a big thank you to my Ko-fi supporters. At the double tier, we have Distros, and at the single tier, we have the Atomic Squid, Barbara, and Candlecorn. Thank all of you so much for donating to the channel and helping it to stay afloat and grow. And if you would like to join these fine people, a link to the Ko-fi account is down below, and we'll talk a little bit in depth about some of the many benefits you receive later on in this very news update. And as another small aside before we get into things, I would like to talk about a thing over on the Discord. On the Discord, you have all seen before that this is the vote of what games I'm going to play in the near future. For what I'll be playing after Death Stranding and Tears of the Kingdom are done, I have actually expanded this vote massively. Pretty much every game I own on the Steam or Epic Games Store is on here, with the exclusion of things like the sequels to games that I've yet to play yet, and games that are, like, too dinky to make a video out of, like Pistol Simulator, something I apparently downloaded when I was in middle school. So, loads and loads and loads of options here, including some modded content of games. So be sure to head on over there and vote, and if you have any games you want me to play, be sure to suggest those things down below in the description, or join the Discord, which is down below in the comments. Leave your suggestions, or join the Discord in the description and make suggestions over there. Anything that you guys request will get added onto that vote. Any game, any mod for a game, any challenge run you want to see me do. If there's something you want to see on my channel, suggest it and it will get added to the vote down there. With that out of the way, let's talk a little bit about this week's videos. As always, excuse me. I took a big sip of coffee right before recording this, and I have a burp trying to force its way up and out. As always, the ideal length of my videos is between 20 to 30 minutes, so if a video is outside that range, I will mention it here, otherwise assume it's about that length. Starting off on Sunless Sunday, we have episode 40 of Dishonored the Canon Run, Back in the Sewers. We then have the extra long 103-minute episode 103 of Death Stranding, the 35-minute Revisiting an Old Friend. And we cap off that day with episode 46 of Sunless Sea, A Good Rest. Moving on to our Aperture Monday series, getting tongue-tied. Moving on to Aperture Monday. I'm in a giggly mood, sorry. We have episode 45 of Hypnospace Outlaw, Poking the Bear, followed by episode 209 of Tears of the Kingdom, Making Our Way Back Up, and episode 9 of Portal Bridge Constructor, Hanging Around. Then moving on to Tuesday the 3rd, we have episode 41 of Dishonored the Canon Run, Bridgemore Witches, the extra long episode 104 of Death Stranding, the 41-minute recovery mission, and episode 7 of Halo the Legendary Run, Belly of the Beast. I am loving playing that game with my buddy Atomic Squid. Moving on to Wednesday, September 4th, we have the extra long 38-minute episode 46 of Hypnospace Outlaw, Mind Crash, which, things are getting good. Things are getting good in Hypnospace Outlaw. After that, we have episode 291 of Tears of the Kingdom, Gerudo Gleeok, and a episode of Prop Hunt with my friends, Prop Hunt in Western City. I've been loving playing Gary's Mod with them, and I'm trying to set up more things. I want to try and get Lethal Company recorded again soon, and I want to try and play some other games with them, but I've been still trying to play catch up on a lot of other stuff, but I'm starting to hit a point where I'm stable enough and comfortable enough now that I've started to cut series from the channel, or not cut series, but let series come to a conclusion and not replace them. I'm getting to the point where I can record more stuff with my friends and more bonus content in general. And in that line of thought, on September 5th, Thursday, we have the final episode of Dishonored the Canon Run, episode 42, End. Which, some of you might be noticing, like, hang on a second. Is that a little NCR Ranger peeking up in the corner of the Dishonored section there? That's right, because with Dishonored the Canon Run ending, we are sliding right into the place of where it was. Fallout New Vegas as a major series, with episodes going up every single Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, and starting off this week, Saturday. So no Fallout this Friday, but we will be having Fallout much more frequently. It's kind of funny that the way things lined up, there's no more Fallout on what was Fallout Fridays. But, you know, I'm retiring the scheduled days aside from Sunless Sunday anyway. But after the Dishonored the Canon Run's conclusion, we have an extra long episode of Death Stranding, episode 105, Cleaning Up. And then we have moving on to Friday, we have an extra long episode of Hypnospace Outlaw, the 30-minute episode 47, Exploring Y2K. And we follow that up with episode 21 of episode 292 of Tears of the Kingdom, ticking off more shrines. And I'd like to quickly apologize for the absence of the Fallout Retold series. I've been unable to get the crew together to record it. With how hectic things have been both in my life and theirs, we haven't been able to sit down and get an episode. There's just been too much going on all fronts, and it's made us unable to record, sadly. I'm very, very sorry for that. But next week there will be Shadow Space, and with any luck, 2 weeks from now, Fallout Retold will make a return. I mean, I got 2 weeks to try and get it recorded. I'm hoping I'll be able to get them all together by then. But then, moving on to September 7th, this week's jam-packed Saturday, we have the first episode of Fallout New Vegas as a major series, episode 24, No Bark. After that, we have episode 48 of Hypnospace Outlaw, Things Are Just Sad. Episode 293 of Tears of the Kingdom, Far End of the Desert, which clocks in at 29 minutes and 53 seconds, just shy of the 30-minute mark. And then we have episode 106 of Death Stranding, the extra long 31-minute So Much to Do, so much to see, so what's wrong with taking the back streets? You never know if you don't go, you never shine if you don't glow. I'm sorry. And then we cap off the week with a... sorry, I'm... Giggly mood. We cap off the week with another episode of the Marble Island Roll Game Dev, the hour-long My Kingdom for a Tile. Fair warning, I get very angry as I spend the whole episode trying to look up a tutorial for something that I don't actually figure out how to do. If you know how to solve the issue that I'm dealing with in that episode, please comment underneath that video. I am always looking for help and input on my game. I want to make a good game. I just don't know what I'm doing. I'm just a poor little sad, stupid boy girl. I don't know what I'm doing. But with that out of the way, let us talk about my Ko-fi a little bit. You know, let me advertise my Ko-fi. And the Discord a little bit at the same time is gonna get advertised. So, down below there is a link to join my Ko-fi. Hang on, let me sip my drink real fast. Ooh, I was talking so much so fast, I'm actually a little lightheaded with my asthma. It doesn't help that this is like the 4th or 5th attempt at recording this weekly news update. I like to try and get these in one go without editing. And so it results in a lot of me repeating myself. So, what are the benefits of joining my Ko-fi? Well, first off, there is very soon going to be another playthrough on the channel. We will have the Ulrich picked series, a game that I choose to play, the Discord picked series, a series voted on by my Discord supporters, and very soon, the Ko-fi supporter series. A series a series picked by the people who give me money on Ko-fi, as a way to thank them. And there will be a vote appearing on the Ko-fi very soon that if you donate to me, you will gain access to. You do not need to be a monthly supporter to do this. If you donate even $1 in the month that the vote is going on, you should be able to partake in the vote. In addition, you'll get to see, if you donate just a single time donation, you'll get to see news updates in regards to the channel, and you'll even get to see the weekly schedules a week early. So those are the benefits of a basic tier supporter. The ability to partake in a number of different votes, the ability to see news updates, and yeah, that's about that. Then we get to the reward for being a monthly supporter. If you if you become a monthly supporter for even $1 a month, the basic tier of supporter, you get to have yourself credited in these weekly news updates, like I did at the start of this one. You get to partake in all of the game votes, as well as make a request for the game votes. Every single person who's a monthly supporter, I reach out to them and ask them, what is a game you want to see me play? And then I add that to a vote. Or it will be added to the vote when the vote starts. I actually have the vote written up and saved in drafts. I'm just waiting for a couple more stuff on the channel to end before starting another playthrough. That way I'm not overwhelming myself with too much, again, like I was before I started the Ko-fi. But yeah, you get the social media shoutouts, and you also will get your name mentioned in the credits of Marble Island Roll when it comes out. Then there's the double tier supporters. By donating in the double digits for $10, you get all the previously mentioned benefits, as well as a collection of unique Heart of Action content. Currently, as of the time I'm recording this, there are 2 pieces of unique Heart of Action content available for you. The full rules on how to design a gun within the Shadow Space setting and how their stats work, and the full stat block of an enemy from the campaign sessions that happened before Shadow Space was streamed, the stat block and AI behavior of the Carnivorous Frog. And also some sprite artwork of the Carnivorous Frog. I made artwork of the creatures specifically for the update. I try and make the cards look a little nice, and you know, if you're a supporter and you have input on how they look, that way you think they could look better, let me know. But that's the big benefit. Oh, and you also get an additional vote on all polls. So double tier supporters get to vote twice. Then there is the triple tier supporter. By supporting me for $30 a month, you get all of the previous benefits, plus a third vote on all polls, a piece of unique pixel art that will represent you in the weekly news updates. So, once I get my first triple tier supporter, I'm going to create sort of a credits scroll containing every single one of my supporters, and the people who are triple tier supporters will actually get sprite art that I will design for the guy will talk with you, and we will design it to represent you. Additionally, you will receive the chance to design a character to have appear in an episode of Shadow Space. Excuse me, an episode of Shadow Space. I got a little bit of hiccups. I will talk with you, we'll go back and forth, and we will design an NPC who will appear in Shadow Space as sort of a one-off bit character. Like, no, you won't get to make a main reoccurring character or a main villain. You'll get to make, like, a barkeep or a shopkeep or somebody who gives the players directions or a person who they have a brief encounter with. But it'll be a nice little way of, like, you know, showing my thanks. So you get those things on top of all the previous benefits. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about the joke tiers. So these are really what I'm expecting people to go for. But if we go down, I made these. Solid Gold was one I made kind of like, in the off bit somebody does it. Don't do it. Don't. You shouldn't. Unless you actually have the expendable money to donate $1,000 a month to a fucking stupid little streamer, don't. But you know what? This is partially inspired by a joke from one of my favorite YouTubers, Overanalyzing Avatar, and he made a don't tier, and people followed his don't tier, so you know what? It's here, if you really want to give me that much. If you do this, you will be single-handedly paying my rent and helping with all my financial issues, and I will cry. And we'll talk a little bit about how I'll thank you for that after we talk about the Solid Gold tier. So, Solid Gold tier people get all the previously mentioned benefits, as well as a 4th vote on all polls, a larger piece of sprite art representing them, the chance to join me in games, so you might be able to play some games with me, like Lethal Company or Garry's Mod, if you're a Golden tier supporter. And then an additional thing is the Golden Supporter game vote. So, if you're a Golden tier supporter, if I get one of you guys, so there's already plans to make the Ko-fi supporter series, right? Once I get my first Gold tier supporter, we will start another playthrough, the Gold series. So if we get even one Gold tier supporter, that will mean another playthrough on the channel has a direct thanks for that donation of $100 a month. And the people who are Gold tier supporters will get to vote on what that game is, and get to pick what it is. Yeah. And so that's the big benefits there, is playing games with me and getting to have another playthrough dedicated to you. And then there's a don't tier. Don't do it. Don't. You shouldn't. But if you do, you will get a 5th vote on everything, an even larger, more unique piece of sprite art compared to the Gold tier people, the ability to partake in all of the Gold votes, all the other previously listed benefits, and the first don't tier supporter, name a game, and I play it. I will make it work. If it's a game that's hard to get a hold of, it might take me a hot minute, and I'd probably communicate directly with you to figure out how I'm gonna do it, but I will play any game you ask. I don't care if it's like a porn game. I will play it and then edit it and censor things and upload it to the YouTube channel. I don't care if it's fucking Five Nights at Freddy's. You know, that's Five Nights at Freddy's is one of the few games that I've hardline said I will not put on the requests, but if you give me $1,000, fuck it, we ball. And it'll be a whole additional playthrough just to them. And I'm just gonna show, in the off chance we get a don't tier supporter before a Solid Gold supporter, yes, that means the don't supporter will get to pick both any game of their choice and the game for the Solid Gold game. So I don't expect people to do these 2 tiers, but they're there if you want to. And as a final one-off quick mention, I do art commissions. Please DM me and talk to me before you pay. Because there's no guarantee that I will be able to do what you request, and $10 is the baseline entry fee, and the amount, the cost might go up depending on how complex of a thing you're asking for. So like, $10 is if you want something similar to all of the sprites on my banner art. You know, me making a little character of you, or me making a big old logo similar to the Ollyric channel logo. But if you want something, say, the size of the entire banner, or like a wallpaper, that's gonna be more expensive. But yeah. That's sort of that. So, that's been this week's weekly news update. I hope you've been enjoying. I hope you'll consider supporting me on Ko-fi. And I would like to quickly say, as a last note, even if you can't support me on Ko-fi, just watching my content is enough. Because every view gets me closer to being monetizable. I am painfully close to being monetizable. It's been teetering. So for a while, in order to be able to earn money streaming, uploading videos to YouTube, I needed to have 500 subscribers, which I now have, 513 currently, and I need to have 3,000 public watch hours within the last year. And we have been painfully teetering around 2,940 to 2,960 in between those numbers for a few weeks now. But as of just last week, we actually ticked up over 2,970. Like, we are so close. Looking at this right now as I'm recording it, we have 2,972 public watch hours, meaning I am just, what is this, 28? I think I did the math right. 28 public watch hours short of being able to monetize the channel. So if you just watch my videos and engage with it and interact and share it with your friends, that can help me. And genuinely, there's nothing I want to do more than this. Like, if I could make the stuff I'm doing on the YouTube channel right now, the tabletop campaigns, the gaming, the game dev, if I could make this what I do for a living, there's so much more I would be doing with it than what I'm doing right now. Like, the big one is, I'm gonna shoot this out right now. If I'm able to get enough, if I'm able to make a living on YouTube and leave my job, I'll start another playthrough just because of that as a thank you. You know? Like, that's the goal is to just be able to keep giving you all mountains of content, you know? And to entertain all of you. Oh no, I'm just rambling. I hope you've all enjoyed this weekly news update. Love all you very, very much, and that's all for now.